All right, I know you guys haven't had much of an update from me for a while now on the business and the state of things and where we're at. I just want to show you around a little bit, show you that we're seeing a lot more color in the warehouse and a lot more inventory these days, and things are coming along nicely. And I just wanted to do that, and we're going to give away the fifth sublimation printer in our great sublimation giveaway. But before we do that, I wanted to show you something else. We're set up front here. We've got a few things on display. We have it set up on the website now that if you're in Florida, you have the option for local pickup. If you're going to be in the area and you want to order and do local pickup, just set your state to Florida and set it for local pickup. Anyway, we've got some things here on display, and I wanted to take one thing outside and show it to you real quick, and that is the color changing HTV. So let me flip the camera around. So here's the color changing UV sensitive HTV. Now watch this, how quickly it changes. So we walk outside and look at that, blue, yellow, violet, and red pastel colors. So that's pretty incredible. It changes right back to, the blue changes back really fast. Anyway, so let me go back in here to my desk, and we're going to give away this other printer and talk about a few things. All right, so we're going to give away that fifth printer here in just a minute, but we're going to talk a little bit first. I'll give you an update on the business. Like I said, we're pretty happy with the way things are going. It's a little bit slower than we would like, a little bit slower than what I would like. Let me give you a tip. Every business owner will tell you it's slower than they like. That's just the way it is. Anyway, things are coming together well, and the more products we add, the more things we do, the more activity we create, the more business grows, and it's going pretty well. So we're pretty happy with where things are headed. There are some aspects of it that are almost mind-blowing sometimes, but we're very happy with that. Probably the biggest problem we've had has been my physical ability. If we go back to the delays and everything that we've experienced last year, you guys have seen we had the delay from the hurricane. We had to move out of our other office. We had to find new office space. We had to move, and we had this really great find of buying all the shelving and things at a rock bottom price compared to what it would have cost us. And not only that stuff came with like a pallet jack and carts and all this stuff that I would have had to, I was just like, the stress of not having to just go find this stuff was incredible, to not have to deal with it. So that was all coming together, and then I cursed myself by saying about 2 weeks into that I needed to get back in the gym that weekend, and then I busted up my hand. If you'll remember one of these videos, I got a nice little scar right there from it, and it could have broken my hand easily, but I didn't. So that kept me out of the gym for a while, but then threw things into just so much to do here that I was in the office 15-16 hours a day. At 450 hours in, after 4 weeks, it was exactly 4 weeks, I got an ocular migraine, which is where you see little zigzag rainbow lines in your vision and you can't focus or anything. No pain from a migraine headache, but it's called an ocular migraine. Packed up, went home for the day, it's been an interesting journey from the physical aspect. And then this past Monday, my feet, forgot to tell you about my feet. I've really kind of abused my feet, so they're mending right now and healing. I'm having to wear sandals all the time to take the pressure off, but I think they're coming. They're going to be okay. But this past Monday, a couple of you commented in my last couple videos that my thumb was wrapped, and I almost cut my thumb off the other day. It wasn't that bad. I just lost part of my thumbnail, and it cut down into my finger, but not it wasn't like I was dangling off or anything. It was actually not nearly as bad as it could have been. It's just a freak little accident. I wasn't tired or anything. I just wasn't paying attention like I always do when I'm doing something, and it could have been bad. It was extremely painful when I went to the urgent care, and the guy jammed these little silver sticks down in there without numbing it. But about 18 hours later, it eased up, and it's doing fine now. And every now and then I'll bang it on something, and I get reminded that it hurts. But overall, that's going fine too. I'm definitely going to have some battle scars and memories from all of this. But hey, it'll be worth it in the end for us. And I just wouldn't want to be anywhere else doing anything else. So that's the business update right now. So let's talk about giving away this 5th printer. And I'm going to give you a recap. We gave away the 4th printer earlier today. The first winner was Rhonda Gearhart from Belleville, Ohio. Tammy Pottinger from Louisville, Kentucky, Brandy Bates from Waverly, Ohio, and the 4th winner earlier today, Brandy Carmichael from Lovelock, Nevada. I just noticed we have 2 Brandys in a row that won. That's weird. But then the 5th printer, all these winners get the following items. They get an Epson EcoTank 2400 printer, a full set of premium DPI sublimation ink, a packet of sublimation paper, a roll of heat tape, a 1-year membership to the Master Crafter subscription membership. I should mention, while I'm on that topic, as things grow and as we grow, we'll keep adding to these membership benefits. So right now, if you log into our account, just for logging in with a free account, you get a pretty deep discount on Orcal vinyl, Orcal 651. And if you are a crafter, a Master Crafter membership subscriber, you get a much deeper discount. So log in if you're not a member, and you'll see what your discounted price is on 12 by 12 sheets as an example. The normal price is 85 cents a sheet, a square foot. That's dictated, by Orifal with minimum advertised price, like most companies do. But logging in with a password, you get a discount. And then if you're a Master Crafter, you get an even deeper discount. If you know someone who's a member, ask them what the prices are and judge for yourself. And then they also get a bunch of blanks, sample blanks to get them started to their new hobby and or their new business, whatever they're going to do with it. So now let's talk about giving away this 5th printer. And this 5th printer, we're going to handpick who we're giving it to. It's not going to be a random draw like the others. I'm going to hand select who is getting this printer. And I'm going to tell you a little story, a couple little stories first. A couple things that have happened. When the hurricane hit last year, you guys were so generous and donated thousands of dollars to the cause, to buy supplies, to pay for a van for me to drive down here, for Charlotte, the lady that Charlotte Johnson that I met while I was here, who lost pretty much everything, and you guys donated directly to her. Just unbelievable what you guys did with that. But I had an urge to do that. I told Tammy that I said our closest neighbors and friends, I really didn't know what was going on very much. I limited communication and everything, and all I heard was generators and chainsaws and supplies. And so we loaded up a van and I drove it down here. It took me 31 hours to get here. It was normally a 17-hour drive. I slept for 45 minutes twice in the van during that whole trip. And it was pretty exhausted when I got back home like 10 days later. But anyway, I just had that urge, and I told Tammy, I said, when I came down, we came down and found out that all of our friends and neighbors that we knew were fine. Nobody was really impacted that bad compared to others. But I would have regretted it the rest of my life if I hadn't come, and that was the urge that hit me. In the summer of 2021, I was working for Cricket, and I was out at their office working, and I was dealing with something and trying to get through it. I'm not going to go into detail, but there was a point where I said, well, this probably isn't going to go my way, and I just need to move on and go a different direction and figure something else out. And it was a pretty stressful situation, but I was dealing with it. And I went to dinner that evening. I went to a sushi restaurant across the parking lot from the hotel, and had sushi for dinner, had a couple drinks by myself, just sat there and kind of pondered a little bit. And when I got up to leave, I paid my bill with my credit card, and then I reached in my pocket and I pulled out $100 in cash that I forgot was in my pocket. And this is like June or July of 2021, and anyone who was working in the restaurant business then was trying to make a living. And it was still pretty tough at that point. A lot of things were still closed and shut down. A lot of people weren't working or refusing to work. And so I laid that $100 on the table for the waitress, and that was on top of the tip I left. I probably left $120 tip for the girl. And I thought, I didn't know it was in my pocket. I had that urge, and she obviously needs it more than I do. And the next morning I got up, and everything was back on track, and everything went fine. And I told the guy I was working with at Cricket, I looked at him and I said, if that was a test, I guess I passed. And very rarely does my heart lead me in the wrong direction. So I'm following my heart again this time. Tristan Hayes has been a loyal customer and follower for a long time. Tristan lives up in Michigan, and I don't think she'll mind me telling the story because she was pretty open on social media about it. But she went through neck surgery a few months ago and had a rough recovery, a lot of pain. If you ever had neck pain, you know how bad it can be. I had some mild temporary neck pain about 10 or 12 years ago, and it was pretty brutal. Can't imagine what someone who goes through surgery must have dealt with something like that. And then a few weeks ago, I saw a post or comment from her that said that she had received a very large doctor bill that she wasn't expecting, or doctor or hospital bill, I can't remember which. And I thought, I said, when that happens, when you have a large bill like that you're not expecting, and then you go through surgery, major part of your body, pretty serious surgery, a lot of other things are impacted too. I mean, the jobs and your life, financial hardships that can come. And I thought, maybe Tristan deserves to get this printer. And she, I thought, well, one aspect of it is maybe this will help her get back into doing crafting, because if she doesn't have to sit with her neck bent over weeding vinyl and doing some different things, maybe she can focus more, learning on the computer and learning more about print layouts and doing sublimation, and it might be a little bit easier on her. I also thought, well, maybe she sells things. Maybe she has an Etsy store or something, and maybe she wants one, and maybe this will help her generate some income to offset some of those things that have happened. So anyway, all those things just added up to, well, I read that and I thought, well, there's that urge again. And I'm going to give this printer to Tristan. So Tristan, I have your address. I'll be shipping out your printer and all your loot, all your goodies early next week to you. And I hope you enjoy it. Hope, if anything, I hope it lifts your spirits after going through a rough first quarter of the year, I guess. And I hope everything's going well for you at this point. So anyway, everybody, please join me in congratulating Tristan on getting through her surgery, and I hope she enjoys her new Sublimation printer and all the goodies that come along with it, along with the Master Crafter subscription, so she can take the Inkscape class and everything. But anyway, there's the 5th printer giveaway. We gave away 5 of these things. That was quite a value for all the winners involved. And again, those last 2 will be shipping out first of the week, and we hope everyone enjoys those. If you have any questions or comments, post them down below the video. Hey folks, I just wanted to take a minute to thank everyone for the love, kindness, and support that you've provided to Tammy and I over the past several years. It's been almost 10 years, believe it or not, been 8.5 years since we bought our first Cricut, so we're almost a decade into new careers for both of us. So when you buy great products like Orcal 651, Thermoflex, heat transfer vinyl, DPI sub, premium sublimation ink, blanks, any of those things that you buy from our site help support us and our employees families. Don't forget about our subscription and membership, which gives you access to our e-learning courses and also significant discounts on product purchases as well. So if you like our videos and everything we do, click the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And when you do, click the bell next to it so that you'll get notified when I publish new videos. And then in the video description, there's also links to all of our Facebook groups, our Facebook pages. So joining those groups, liking our pages, leaving us reviews helps us out immensely. And we thoroughly enjoy every minute of this journey along this path with you to bring love, kindness, and hope to the world using your crafting hobby or small business, whether it's been in person, on the phone, or through social media.